Get him, Mate, get him. Get Daniel. They running, boy. Look at the beautiful sky. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Jesus. This is just beautiful. A beautiful evening sky, baby. Go, guys. Go, guys. Go, guys. You know what I want to tell you, people of God? I want to tell you, I got to let them get their workout in. Running. That's all they want to do is run. So I got to let them get their workout in. I'm getting me another light walk. But you know what I want to tell you? Don't allow miserable people to bait you into an argument, a conflict. Not in this season. Not in this season. And I done been there before. Sometimes folk can pinch your nerve at the right moment and you be done fly back off. And then they transfer in their bitterness, all they nastiness in your life because you responding to it. And it's making you get down to that level. But don't allow miserable people, jealous people to bait you into a conflict. You know what I'm seeing now? Sometimes you can just be in a good, happy mood and somebody could just be miserable, you know? And you ain't got to do business with people like that. I know this company that I was doing business with yesterday, you know, the guy had a good, successful business. I mean, the business still going, but he had great ratings. You know, when he and his wife were together, he ended up cheating on his wife, letting the devil get in, baby. Once you open the door to the devil, give him a crack, he gonna kick the door all the way in. And so the devil kicked the door all the way in. Him and his wife ended up getting a divorce. And his concubine that he was cheating with, now he got her up in the office running stuff. Business done went down over the year. They were nearly almost a 5-star rating on Google. Now they about 1.5. She don't know, the concubine don't know how to do business, don't know how to she's not educated. She's just nasty. She got a very wicked spirit, a Jezebel spirit, because when another woman can be with a man knowing he married and willing to be on the side, that should tell him something right there. But he wasn't going to leave his wife until his wife found out, and things was going wrong at the business and showed up and found out they was messing. But she's taking the guy's business all the way down. And really, he's taking his own business down because he shouldn't have cheated and got this wicked witch working for him. But everybody wants to, it's kind of falling away from the business because of her nasty attitude. And there's something about this woman. You started off, she used to smile with me, all of that, but I was cordial because, like I said, I don't have a lot of respect for women that are asleep with another woman's man. It's inside of you. You're not a good person, period, when you do that, because it just says something about your character. No woman with decency and order in her spirit gonna be horned off with another woman's man. So anytime I dealt business after his wife was out there, I just, that she tried to befriend me, that this concubine always tried to be nice, but my spirit never really accepted her, and I always felt this dark energy. And so over time, when I would go to the establishment or whatever, she just started, I could see she started trying to be rude, and she started trying to cause a conflict. So I would just ignore her. And so I stopped kind of doing business with her. But yesterday I was there, and she was very rude and just doing things that was unprofessional, not following protocol of how certain things were supposed to go. And so, come back, guys. The bush is kind of heavy down there, kind of high. Yeah, it's kind of high over there. Come back, Daniel. And so I just canceled the contract and I left. You see what I'm saying? All money ain't good money. You ain't got to deal with no nonsense. And so she got mad about that. But while I was face to face, I was like, yeah, just cancel. I'm done. I did it in a polite way, right? But she knew it was her because of her attitude. And so when I left the office, she said that when I was pulling out of the parking lot, she sent me a text, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, the way she sent the text, and I was like, first of all, why she text? You know what I'm saying? Because professional people, normally if you got an issue, you deal face to face. So I pick up the phone to call. She wouldn't answer the phone. So I back up. I'm about to go in the office, and I was like, you know what? Why would I do that? You vibing high, day is going good. Why would you? It don't even make sense what she doing. She know that he's gonna be upset with her when he comes to the office and see that I've canceled this thing. And he already knows how her attitude is because so many have pulled him to the side and told him, look, this lady is messing up your business. You need to try to get back with your wife or either let her go, hire some decent people. She ruined a very long contract with him and another successful business partner that he had. That relationship is destroyed, right? So anyway, I didn't respond to her text. I just ignored her. That was yesterday, so it's over with, right? As I was ending my workout at the gym, I get this long text from her. So I said, at first I'm looking at it, and then what comes to my spirit is don't respond, keep quiet. She and him are in an argument. That's what I'm discerning. So what she wants to do is bait me, pull me into that place of misery. She's a very miserable, wicked lady. So I just ignored it because it doesn't even make sense. Um, the, for her, just things she's saying and doing, you know. So I just ignored it. And I stayed in my happy place. Normally, when people do things to get to you, sometimes when they're in a miserable place, that's somebody, sometimes people's jealousy and envy could be revealed. And like I said, I always felt she had something against me because, I'm just a different caliber woman. I'm a different kind of woman. I have standards, certain things I just don't do, and I don't support. And I ain't gonna act like I support them. It is what it is. Um, and so I could tell she never really liked me. And sometimes people can only conceal their envy, their jealousy, their hatred. They can only conceal it for a long time, for a certain amount of time. Even people who, are extremely manipulative. Sometimes you can have people, it could be a totally different type of situation. Sometimes you can have people who are successful and they're way above you and they secretly watching you and they see the potential that you have. Sometimes people can be envious of your potential. They can see what God is doing in your life, and you'd be surprised if they got a spirit of manipulation on them. You'll start them seeing. They'll start being, uh, um, you know, you'll start them slowly. If you could discern, you'll see them start doing little small things that where they're switching up, saying things that don't really make sense towards you. They might try to praise you in 1 minute to draw you in, but all that is to try to make you let your guards down because what they really want to do, they want to come in with a kill and push you backwards. And they could, like I said, they could be people who are more successful than you, higher up than you, but they see your potential, they see you growing, and they could be people who mislabeled you. People who saw you from the outer and they judge you from your outer and they put a label on you, and then now they see you growing, and so they probably had a big mouth and labeled you to a lot of different people, and now you start shining your light and people start saying, that ain't they ain't growing and they ain't who you said they was. So what they'll try to do is make you be who they labeled you to be. That's a miserable place. That's very negative, dark energy to work on. And sometimes, like I said, people can conceal that type of energy. Envy can be concealed. Jealousy can be concealed. You got to be very discerning in this day and time, and don't be easily baited into a conflict, an argument. Because really, when people are doing things from a malicious place, you know, from a manipulative place, those people, they don't sleep good at night. I can promise you that. They could be a millionaire. You could think somebody got millions of dollars. They ain't in no debt. All their bills is paid because they making good money. So they their own bank, right? Because they making millions of dollars. You should be your own bank. They shouldn't be having no debt. You know, they could be financially off. And you'll see sometimes some people, they not happy even though they got more material wealth than you. That's why I say money don't make people happy. I always say that. Happiness, it comes from within. You can see some of the poorest people be happy, and some of the richest people, they miserable, committing suicide, getting divorces, arguing, not sleep, not husband and wife not getting along good in the house. You be like, y'all got all this money, this big house, all these cars. So clearly, that's not what make folk happy. You see what I'm saying? You know, folk be they're married off based on their lust. They married somebody that was pleasing to that flesh, and then they get in that marriage and try to make that person fit into what they want them to be. You know, or some women, they marry a man for the money. You know, and as long as that money coming in, you know, a woman can pretend to be, hey, I keep my mouth shut. I get as long as I'm getting my money. He don't know, you know, you know, and then deep down in from the core, that's spilling out. And sometimes they try to hide it. Folk will try to hide it, and it spills on other people. You never know what the root of somebody's bitterness, envy, jealousy, manipulation is. But once you see them operating that type of energy, no matter how they try to conceal it, they can't hide it from a real highly discerning person. What you do is you just move around them. You keep going. Move around them. They 10 toes down in the word, baby. No matter what they throw at you, just thank God that he opened your eyes for you to be able to see, for you to be able to discern it. A lot of people around you might not be able to see. You ain't got to try to make everybody see. That's another thing sometimes what helps folk make some of us look like a problem. Because sometimes, and I used to be guilty of this too, when folk doing something to you and you try to call them out on it and you say, look, they do it. Everybody ain't got that Ruach Sadeka in them, that spirit of righteousness in them. So you telling some people that they don't give a darn, it just make you look like you always complaining about something. Somebody always doing something. You always got to be a victim. That victim mentality, all of that. So you learn, sometimes you have to grow through that. Then you learn how to say, okay, give it to God. Because see, once you learn and you know that God sit high, he look low, he see everything, and when you know you got the favor of the Father on your life, you be less easily rattled. See, you be less easily rattled because you know, oh, okay, that's how you coming at me. God, you see what they doing, Father, I'm gonna give it to you. I love them. I ain't gonna try to come back. And sometimes you might issue a little clap back just to let them see you see, depending on how it's coming, depending on what type of arena it is, you know. And you ain't got to ain't got to get down at their eye level, but you just move on around them. And when you move around them, all that they was trying to send your way, it's gonna come back at them. Because that whatsoever a man sow, that shall he or she also reap, baby. And when you learn that law, when you learn that principle, it's only a matter of time. They try to slowly cut you down. They try to indirectly send stuff to take little digs at your spirit. When it come back to them, it gonna hit them in the worst way. Trust me now, I'm a living witness. I didn't see it over and over and over again. None of us perfect. I ain't no perfect person, but I have never in my life been malicious to try to secretly conspire and dig at somebody and pull them down. No. If I see somebody greater than me, I don't care if you younger than me or you older than me. I got little sisters when I was doing mentors, when I was a mentor, you know, when I was working for this organization, doing camps and stuff, when I was in college, I always tried to be a good big sister. I always told it like it is, even when my little sisters get mad at me. But I always tried to be a good big sister. I always tried to be the type where if you know something more than me, I was glad because if I'm connected to you, because now you can teach me that thing, you know? And even when I was training in my career, in my profession, when I get these new people graduating from the academy, and I'm training them, I train them to always be humble. You get out here, you treat these citizens, you treat folk with respect. You have authority, natural authority, but God has given us the greatest, you know what I'm saying? God holds all the ultimate authority. So we just ambassadors. We're supposed to be ambassadors, servants. And so you get out here, you treat folk like you want to be treated. But these folk come fresh with that fresh knowledge out the academy, even though I've graduated the academy. But as you grow older year after year, when you don't use something, you're not that sharp in the things that you once was fresh in. So folk who's coming behind you, they're more sharper. So you get them to tell them, teach me, hey, what's new? What they got new going on? Yeah, I know I may have, authority over your training right now, and I'm training you, but when anything new happens, if you got something to teach me, hey, I'm never too proud to learn. I don't care if I'm your supervisor or what. And see, that's the problem we're getting. A lot of people get in this place of being prideful. They too prideful to say that they learning something from somebody who's under them. They too prideful to say some, you get some men too prideful to say they learned something from a woman. I had a brother, a good hearted brother, I helped him with a lot. He had an issue yesterday. He called me, hey, sis, I got this. I don't know how to fix this, and I got this going on. So I said, oh, okay. This is what you do, blah, blah, blah. And I gave him exactly what he needed, 3 different resources. One or the other would have come through for however he choose to do it and whatever he needed, right? After I gave him all the information, he said, oh, okay, I'll call you. I get it if I need you. I don't get a thank you. You just called me. I just gave you what you needed. You don't gonna say thank you? I mean, you ain't got to tell nobody that you had called a woman, or it's just sometimes little small things, and then you really see you learn to not get so mad with people, because sometimes people ain't realize what spirit they was battling until somebody like you come along. I'm serious now. That spirit of pride. Some people ain't know that spirit was pride was there, but then you come along with that light, you gonna point that thing out. And then some people get mad by that. Some people ain't know they had a spirit of manipulation. Some people ain't know they was dealing with a thieving spirit till somebody like you come along and you catch what the average eye don't catch. You got them eagle eyes. You can see. See? And so you point that thing out. They don't like you for that. Oh boy, they don't like you for that. You know? But it is what it is. It's just life. But when you learn how God works, we still got a human side to us. We may get mad sometimes, but as you grow, you can be less offended. You can operate from less of a place of offense. Stay in joy more, and then just learn, okay, that's just human nature. You get to see what some folk is dealing with. And then, we ourselves have things that we working on. So because we have things on the inside of us that we working on, and if God have mercy and grace for us, then we gotta have mercy and grace for some of them other folk. Even though they may do some of the most wicked things to come at us, you don't have to let yourself be absorb that type of energy. Don't let folk who are miserable, who are manipulative, who are envious, who are jealous, don't let them bait you into no conflict. So that's all I wanted to say. Move around it. Move around it. Because at the end of the day, who is behind all those spirits of opposition? Satan. And even though some of us is not perfect, when you're dealing with a person with a righteous heart, righteous people don't operate from those type of energies. Righteous people may have struggles that they dealing with, they may have things that they dealing with, but you ain't gonna you right and wrong can't agree. you know you A person with a pure heart, righteous intentions, you can't find them secretly going and trying to figure out, oh, this competing. you know. Now they may have certain flaws, character flaws. They may have certain internal sins or issues that they are a struggle that they're trying to overcome. They may be saying, okay, I got to stop smoking these. I need to stop drinking this stuff. They may have things that they work on. A righteous person trying to get themselves together. You know, they trying to work on themselves. They ain't trying to operate from a place of pretending to be one way and then behind the scenes. I want to be the. I want nobody. Ain't nobody gonna get ahead of me. Oh, they acting like they doing that. I'm better than them. They ain't got time to compare nobody with nobody. No. If you doing something, my brother, my sister, and I see you doing your thing, then I'ma support you. I'ma be your cheerleader. I'ma be in your corner. But oftentimes when you do that, sometimes people they don't. You can't. They say, I hear some people say, don't look for yourself in other people. That's true. Don't look for people to do what you do. But at the same time, anytime you are working on building a friendship, a relationship, you dating somebody, or anything like that, and anytime you doing something where you're gonna give somebody access to your life, look for, in my opinion, because we all got our own little opinions, and this is my 2 cents. You need to look for the reciprocation of what you putting out. You might not see yourself directly in somebody, but if you are giving something, if you are giving support, if you are giving, your time, if you are showing your help in certain areas, it deserves to be reciprocated. If you are giving love, who's gonna love somebody and give themselves over to somebody wholeheartedly? That's like you're gonna be in a marriage because they say they want to marry you. So you're gonna say yes, and you loving them, and they ain't giving you love back. That's a fool. So you have to look for the reciprocation of whatever you're putting back. It should be a flow, a circular, a connected flow. You know, like electricity, when you're wiring something, the circuit gotta be good, or you might have a break and you might not get power one way or the other way. So that flow, that circuit gotta be flowing. You know, if you giving it all around to the right, they gotta meet you coming back all the way around to the left to make that thing flow together, right? That's just my little now. Maybe I did. I hope I explained it right. I hope you got me. But anyway, let me get on out here because I'm sweating off more calories, even though I done had my little workout. But I'm out here sweating. This temperature is still hot, even though the beautiful sun has gone down. It's still in the 90s, baby. We in some heat. We in some heat for these summers. So you gotta stay hydrated. But anyway, that's my little 2 cents. Everybody entitled to their opinion, right? So anyway, people of God, don't let miserable folk, jealous folk, envious folk, don't be easily baited into conflict. All right? Stay going, stay vibing high. Keep going. There's some folk they despising you, and they might be sitting back watching you, don't like you, trying to find something about you, trying to pick you apart because you ain't all that, but you never said you was all that. Well, you ain't perfect. Well, you never said you were perfect. But see, it's some folk, they see some good in you. They see something inside you they like. They see some quality, you know. But they'll sit back and try to pick you apart, try to bait you into conflict, try to make you look like a problem, when it's really their own internal issues. When they need to look in the mirror and say, what is it about this person that making me feel so insecure when I got more money than them? I got more status than them. What is it about me that's making me, watch this person so hard and take it from them? But, what is it about me? But I want to see them fall, or I want to pick them apart, you know? Because there's a problem there. It ain't you. And you ain't crazy because you see what you see. Just keep going. Don't look for nobody to point it out to. Just keep it between you and God. Trust me now. Keep it between you and God. And pray for that individual. Pray for him. Pray for him. I'm going to pray for this lady that sent me this long text trying to pull me into her misery. There you go, Father. Drops of rain, baby. Y'all can't see it in it. Y'all can't see them drops of rain. Drops of rain. Come on down. I love it. Pray for them. That's right. Pray for them. But don't be sucked into misery by miserable people. Have a blessed day. Enjoy your evening. Your little country bunking sister loves you. There's only one of you in this whole wide world. God is making you great, baby. Keep being on one accord with God and serving him from a pure place for real. Serve God from here for real. All right? Have a blessed night. I love you.